Hi everybody, happy Thursday. Doreen with Door Designs, bringing you a tutorial today. I'm going to be doing another grapevine, but a little bit different twist to it. We're going to actually be stacking two grapevines together. We're not going to be using any attachments or ribbons or bows or anything else. We're just going to be using our grapevine and all different kinds of florals. So it's going to kind of look like a wildflower design. We're going to fill the florals in all the way around, and we're going to put some a little bit in front, and then we're going to put some in back. So I'm going to show you what I've done. I've already attached the second grapevine. So this is the base that I got. I got these at Sherry at Randolph Mercantile, a local store here. She only had two, so I nabbed both of them. When I saw them, it just reminded me of a big flower with the grapevines coming out and making the loops. So I just kind of came to my mind just to kind of do a little bit of a wildflower design. So what I did is I just took a grapevine base and I layered this on top, and then I just zip tied it down. And the reason I did two of them, because this one, first of all, is very, very thin, the base. And second, it's wired so tight because of all these loops coming out. It would have been very difficult for me to get any kind of florals or picks or whatever you want to use through the grapevine. So instead of fighting it, I thought I'll just zip tie two together, and I'll use my back grapevine base more for attaching my florals. So for the florals, I just did all kinds of different colors and fillers, and we're going to have some bigger ones. We're going to use some white. We're going to use some lavender. So we're just going to kind of go through. I'm not going to use any greenery to fill all this in because I want my grapevine to show. I am going to be using a little bit of my sphagnum moss when I glue in the picks. A lot of them have the bright green stems, and I don't want those to show very much. So once I hot glue them in, then I'm going to use a little bit of moss, and I'll kind of just put it around where the stems are. So let's go ahead and get started. So I'm going to start with these flowers here. And what I like about these, they're pushers. You get them at Hobby Lobby. I can move them up and down, and they have a lot of movement. So I'm going to use those kind of as what I'm going to call my base. So let's go ahead and get these glued in. Let me get my moss over here. And I'm just going to start at the top and work my way around. And I'm just going to take a little bit of my moss here and just kind of roll it up in a little ball. And I'm just going to kind of push that right down in there. And there's enough glue on the bottom of my stem that the moss will stick to it. So see how it kind of covers up the bottom of the stem? Plus it kind of adds a little bit of that outdoorsy look to the wildflowers with that moss. So let's go ahead and fill in some more. So you're probably not going to learn a lot of different things on this tutorial, but you'll see just kind of how the wild look to it. And some people will like this, and others, it's just not their taste, and that's fine. That's what makes designing fun. But this is a super easy design to do if you're just starting out or just kind of want to make something without having to put a lot of product and work into it. Okay, so some are going behind, and then some are coming here right on the top. Black is not the color to wear when you're using that moss. I've got 2 more pieces, so I'm going to use all of my pieces. Okay, so we've got the first round of the flowers in there. And see how they've got lots of movement? So let's put the second group of flowers in. Okay, I'm going to use these flowers. They came in a large pick. I got these from Amy at Babam, and I've just torn them apart. And we're going to cut down the base a little bit and start filling in. So this will be our second layer. You can use any type of flowers you want. So once I add in those flowers, I just kind of move them apart so it starts to fill in. And on these thicker flowers, I'm not having to use the sphagnum moss because I'm putting the stems in the back wreath and they're not showing. It's getting nice and full. Each stem is being dipped in my electric skillet that I have Gorilla Glue melted, and I keep my temperature about 325 to 350. Okay, so I also took the flowers kind of in between some of the loops of the grapevine coming out, and you may not be able to tell on the camera, but I want this to show also. Okay, now from here on out, you can add as many florals as you want. You could add picks. You could really kind of do whatever you want. I just want to add some different variety of flowers. So I'm going to use 2 or 3 others, some florals, but I'm not going to use a lot of them. So I want to add some white. And I want these to kind of hang over a little bit, kind of in the center, to kind of soften the center a little bit. So I'm just kind of going around the entire base of the wreath. So I did the white on the inside pretty much of the wreath. Okay, I'm going to add a couple of longer florals here, and we'll see if I can get them to stay in here. A couple more. See how easy and fun this is? It's just kind of using your own creativity for what colors you like, what flowers you like. And then, of course, last but not least, a little bit of lavender. When I take this picture outside, it's going to look like a totally different wreath when you put it out in the natural sunlight. Okay, I have a few pieces of the white flowers left, so I have a couple of dark spots that I'm going to put a little bit of the white flowers in just to kind of brighten it up. You may not see the flowers that much, but it'll just kind of give a little more color to it instead of the dark brown. got 2 pieces left. I'm going to put another one right over here. I think I'm going to add one right up there at the top. I had that little piece of pink left over, so I thought I would glue that in. Okay, I think we're done. So you can still see the outline of what I'm going to call the flower petals on the grapevine. I just zip tied that onto a prior grapevine. So there's your base, and then your other one zipped on top. And then all I did was just start adding the florals all the way around. So see how it's still got movement? You got your flowers that can move on your front porch when it's breezy and windy. So nice and full. And like I said, you can use any colors, any florals, any design you want to do. I am going to make one more, and I think I'm going to do it in some fall colors. I think I'm going to do it in some oranges and yellows, and I'll post that one also because I'm going to make it right after this one. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you got kind of an idea of how you can layer different wreath bases on top of each other. Very simple, very easy. And then just kind of let your creativity or these glue sticks take over. So thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Have a great weekend and take care. Bye-bye.